We're recording. Hello, everyone.
Hello, chat.
Hello, chat.
Respond to chat, all right? They
Yeah.
keep getting ignored.
Yeah, don't ignore these people in chat. It's a snowy day out. We have a lot of people online, so you can see chat right here. So if you get questions. Hello, everyone. Welcome back from demo time. Hope you did all those demos, flags.ritsec.club. We're starting research a little bit early because class is scheduled not properly. So, my name is Bradley, or Brad. Most people call me Brad. And last semester / this semester, we had a mentorship group. I know a few other mentorship groups have already presented last semester, but this is my mentorship group. Led a rubber ducky USB project. These fine mentees are going to explain everything, but give it up for the rubber ducky mentorship group.
Thank you. Okay, let's begin. So, who are we? I am Zach. I'm a first-year CSEC major, and I like to maintain that I know absolutely nothing.
Hi, I'm Raina. I'm also a first year. I'm in the middle of transitioning from computing exploration to CSEC, and I'm just here to have fun. Unfortunately, our two other members couldn't make it today, but they were here too.
Okay, so what is a rubber ducky? It is a little microcontroller, and here's a picture of the one we used for this project. It's very low quality once it's all blown up like that, but that's what it looks like. And it's a little microcontroller used in a physical attack, meaning you plug it into the side of your computer, and once you do that, it uses keystroke injection technology. So it interfaces with the victim's computer, and it acts as an HID. HID meaning human interface device. So it pretends to be a keyboard, and the attacker can pre-program it to type any keystrokes that you want it to. So, for example, you can hit Windows key R to open up the run command, and then type CMD to get the command prompt, and then you can do pretty much anything there. You can type any commands you want. So we can type thousands of characters a second. So really, it's very fast and very powerful. And you can do things like steal passwords, drop malware, install backdoors, or steal data.
So this is just an example from popular media. This is from the show Mr. Robot, which I'm sure a lot of you have watched. The audio is broken, which is unfortunate, but yeah, basically this is where that character is trying to teach the other character how to code, but as a last ditch, he's giving her this rubber ducky. That's like actually a Hack 5 rubber ducky, and letting her use it as a last resort to like plug in to the machine. Oh, is it me still? Okay. Oop. So one of the things we learned in the process of the rubber ducky is to use Meterpreter, which it is a method of doing a reverse shell, which reverse shells are better in some cases because it's the victim system that sends pings, so it's more useful for firewalls. And Meterpreter is part of Metasploit. It's a well-known penetration testing toolset. It has a lot of different uses. I added a picture. This is from my own VM of just using MSF console, and this is how you set up the payload. I wasn't able to get a picture of that, but it just downloads it straight to your whatever like desktop you're on, and then you can drop it. And it's really nice because it has a small forensic footprint, it's easy to use, and it has a lot of tools embedded in it already. So it was really cool to work with. We didn't quite get it on the Duckies, but it was like really good knowledge, and it would be easy to get on the Ducky, and it'd be very powerful. So Ducky Script is the scripting language used by Hack 5, which is the creator of the rubber ducky. On the Hack 5 website, a rubber ducky is about $50. We used a cheaper alternative, but they created Ducky Script to program. So Ducky Script is very simple. As you can see from the picture, it looks kind of like a Windows scripting language, but it's not. It's more similar to Bash in logic and condition. You can write it on any ASCII text editor. I use Notepad. The capabilities depend on the tool you're using. So with a rubber ducky, it again mostly acts like a keyboard. You can see I have commands to do the GUI, which is like the Windows key basically. Commands to enter a string. The delay is because it can type so fast the computer can't process, so you need to add this in there, and rem is just a comment. After you type that code, you need to encode it using, and that's just like Java functionality. Those two tools, you can either use the JavaScript Ducky Script encoder or the command line. It's detailed how to do it right there in docs.hack5. Very clear, easy to use. I think we all got a hang of it pretty quickly. Yeah. Okay, so the question is, what do you use this for? It's often used in pen testing, like we mentioned with the Mr. Robot video. It can be added, like dropped, just plugged into a computer. If someone picks it up and they don't know better, they'll plug it into their computer, and now their systems are breached because they didn't know that it was a keyboard. They thought it was just a USB. So because it just acts as a keyboard, it allows for almost any attack. You can drop malware, everything we mentioned before. Yeah, I think that covers it. It was very cool to learn to use.
Is there an issue?
Sorry. Where'd it go? No, it's gone. Oh.
Okay, actually programming our Ducky now. So we need to, first step, let's start at the beginning. We're going to need to get our Ducky acquainted with the computer that we're going to use to program it. So that's pretty simple. You just go to that GitHub link, digistump, and you download 4 drivers or so. You install them on your computer, and then your computer is acquainted, and you'll be able to program it. It's important to note that you only need to do this for the computer you're going to program the Ducky with. Thankfully, it wouldn't be that useful if you also had to do that on the computer you're going to run it on. Once you get the code on there, once you get your script on there, it should just run on any computer, no problem. We're going to use Arduino to download our scripts onto the Ducky. So there's a little bit of configuration you have to do here as well. More details are on my GitHub write-up that I did about this if you're interested. And once it's configured, we can download Arduino sketches, which are .ini files, onto the Ducky. And now's a good time to actually talk about how it kind of works. So once you have that Arduino sketch, you would press download, and then you would see this kind of come up here, running DigiSpark uploader, plug-in device now. And the way it works is when you plug the little Ducky into the side of the computer, it has a pre-programmed 5-second wait time. So it can test if it can see if you're trying to edit it or if you just want to run the script. So if during that 5 seconds it doesn't think you're trying to edit it, it'll just run the code. We have to do this, the way it works like this, because if we were using a more expensive Hack5 technology, that works great. They have edit mode and run mode. Ours are so simple and much cheaper, they don't have that, so they have this 5-second wait time. So yeah, it has that 5 seconds, you have to plug it in, and if it detects it, which hopefully it will, then that's how you download. You might be wondering, we still only have our Ducky scripts in text files, though. We just wrote them in Notepad and saved them. We want to convert those into Arduino sketches. So that is done pretty simply, actually. It's using these 2 files we found from public GitHub repositories made by other people. So thanks to them, this is all possible. And you just run them on command line, like that picture shows. TAC I's for the input file, TAC O's for the output file, and you convert it from a TXT file to a .bin file, and then from a .bin file to a .ino Arduino sketch. And then you just open it in Arduino, and you can download onto the Ducky pretty simply. Then it works. And we have a demo.
All right, so I thought it'd be fun. I still have my Ducky, and it's programmed just to do a simple calling card. So I'm just going to plug it into my computer. Oh, I should probably do that first so you can see what it does. Oop. Don't drop it on the floor. So it'll take a second to get acquainted, to figure out what it's supposed to do. It does have those delays in there. And then it really quickly starts pulling up run configs, Notepad, and YouTube. And of course, there's an ad. Thank you, YouTube. 2 ads.
YouTube with those double ads these days.
YouTube, dirty, okay. And then it plays the duck song. I won't subject you to the whole thing, though. So, any questions? Brad?
Why did you guys use the Duckies you did instead of Hack 5 program?
So why did we use the cheaper Duckies instead of the original Hack 5? To be honest, $50 across 4 people would be a lot. And we wanted to show you that you don't have to use their branded USB sticks just to get the job done, basically. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, so the devices we used here are only about $3 or so much cheaper. And although they do have less functionality, the Hack 5s are still very cool, and you can do a lot with those, but you can also do a lot with these at a much cheaper price.
Factual.
Just Twitch chat, any questions?
Not seeing anything
I
in
don't think
Twitch.
so.
I've never used the Raspberry Pi Zero style rubber duckies.
I have not. I do think that would be cool. These are Arduinos.
The Pi Zero ones are actually quite cool because you just no additional hardware, you just plug it into a Pi Zero.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, see, we're talking about the Raspberry Pi Zero. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. For people on Twitch. So that you can just plug into Raspberry Pi Zero, which would be a really neat, further extension on this project. Brad?
If you could, decide to do another project, do you have any ideas for future projects?
So if we could decide to do another project, do we have any ideas? I think expanding on this would be really cool. I'm interested in social engineering, so kind of seeing the dynamics of the USB, trying to make it look real, and kind of seeing who you could trick would be fun. What about you?
Yeah, so we did have that information earlier about Meterpreter shells and reverse shells. It would have been really fun and really cool to try and deploy one of those with the Ducky. So all you have to do is plug it into the side of the computer, and then you have a reverse shell. Unfortunately, I got really busy and did not have time to do that. But that would definitely be something I would look into doing in the future if I could. Any more questions? Jason?
Do you think that this could be used in a competition setting?
I think so. Jason asked, do you think this could be used in a competition setting? I definitely could see that. Red team could come in here and try and physically get to blue team's machines and try and exploit them using a Ducky. I could definitely see that happening. Evan, question?
Have you tested this on anything else besides your own devices?
Have I tested this on anything besides my own device? No. Say no.
With the consent of my roommate, I deployed it on her computer. And it worked, and it was very cool. Yes?
Have you ever looked in the COVID channels, outbound data off of the actual machine only using the rubber ducky, like blinking the scroll off or any other hit channel, exporting data onto the rubber ducky itself?
So have I ever looked at getting other information, from the rubber ducky?
No. Pushing data to the rubber ducky.
Okay, pushing data to the rubber ducky. We actually did not get that far into it. That would be really cool to, Yeah, that'd be a really cool, like the other question, like adding on to this, that would be super cool to try out.
The Pwn Pi project, which is with the Pi zeros, does support that where you can blink the scroll lock button and it will exfil data and save it onto a thumb drive on the Pi.
Oh, that's awesome. So we're talking about how the exfil data can be sent to the Raspberry Pi version of the Rubber Ducky. Yep. So yeah, that's really cool. Anything else? Anyone on Twitch? Yeah.
Are the cheaper ones also labeled rubber duckies, or is there like another name for the type of device that you like some of the cheap ones besides like the high zeros or anything in that vein?
I don't recall what the exact like Amazon name, do you?
This one, yes, I don't know the exact model or anything like that, but you should, if you want to Google it, it's like a DigiSpark board, and then it's it looks like that, and you shouldn't have too hard finding it if you're interested. It's called DigiSpark. It looks
about
like
yay
that.
big. It does not look
Yeah.
like that.
Any other questions? No. Cool.
Okay, all right. Give a round of applause. Also.